Well. Hello there, everybody. What's going on? Hey, Brian Heil here. Another biker moment. So today we're going to do a little bit of walk around, and we're going to explain to you a little bit about some of the operations of a bike. But I want to explain to you towards the end, so make sure you listen towards the end because it's a very, very important message that could actually save your life. So let's get through this. So this is a real simple bike. Well, when I say simple, you understand I've had 28 bikes. I've ridden for over 50 years now, 51 years to be exact. Started riding when I was 9. And I've never actually dumped a motorcycle, never had a motorcycle accident, and I live to tell about it, and here's why. So we're going to go through just a few little steps right now. Let me explain to you a little bit about a bike. Now, this happens to be a Yamaha Stradaliner 1900. This is not a starter bike by any means. This is a very, very big bike. In fact, it's one of the largest V-twins that Yamaha's ever built and put on the road, this particular motor. But we're going to go over a few things just to get you an idea, and make sure you listen to the end and share, like, and comment your favorite bike, or maybe one you had, in the comment section down below. And just like and share it, would you, please? I mean, I want to get this message out. It's not about posterity. It's about actually teaching people a little bit about motorcycles. So over here, let's look at the left-hand controls. Over here, you have low and high beam headlights right here, right? You have left and right turn signal, and the center is canceling. So that means it'll cancel the turn signal off. Here you have your horn. You have your hydraulic clutch, which, by the way, in Yamaha is extremely smooth. Great clutch. Here is your clutch fluid right here. This little select button that you see here, that actually changes the digital display on my tank. That shows me time, date. I have 2 different trip modes on there. Shows me pretty much how far I've gone, and of course the overall mileage of the bike. Gas cap, which we know all about that. It's got a lock on it. This is your off switch, which in Yamaha, can you see it? In Yamaha is actually pretty cool because you can close this and no rain can get in it. So I do love that. But you do have your accessory switch, and you can lock it. So you can lock the handlebars so someone cannot actually push it away. And then the center position all the way up, you can see here, is where you would actually start it. So that gives you an idea of the ignition switch. So let's look at a few other things. Here's crash bars. God forbid you ever do, but that will save possibly your legs and your motor. Very helpful. Of course, turn signals. You know what turn signals look like. Low and high beam headlights. Windshield. Oh, in Florida, that's very important for the bugs. We got lots of bugs down here. So you also have a kill switch, which up means you cannot start the bike right now. See the little symbol on it? And then if you press it down, it's ready to start. This is your starter right here. This is for an accessory light package, which I don't have because I don't have fog lights on this bike. But that's for an additional light package. I just leave it up or off. It doesn't matter. And this is your front brake. So this only controls your front brake. This is your front brake reservoir. Now, let's get down here. This is your back brake. Now, my back brake is unusual because it actually has a big, nice, wide pedal on it, and you'll find that in a lot of big cruisers. And of course, you got a nice pad there to put your foot. See that? Spring loaded. And then you have your buddy pegs, what they call buddy pegs here in the back. Here's your back brake drum or disc. These are all actual disc brakes all the way around. And let's go over here, and this is your belt drive. This particular machine is a belt drive. It's actually the first one I've ever owned. I take that back. I owned a scooter that was a 250 and it was a belt drive, but that one was not very particularly dependable because I blew the belt at about 60 miles an hour on I-4. This one is, they say, a 100,000 mile belt, so we shall see. Bike right now has about 18,000 on it. So your gear lever is here. This is a 5-speed transmission. Some of them are 6, some of them are 5. This one's a 5. So, and of course you have your little pad here for your left foot. And then this is called a kicker. They call them a kicker. So if you have big boots on, like high boots, you can't get your foot underneath this. So you can kick the gear down or up, and just by hitting it on the top of each lever, each side, right? So it makes it very convenient. But of course, all your gauges, you've got your speedometer, you've got your tachometer, you can see how many RPMs you're going at certain gears, and of course your fuel gauge, and it'll show you that you're getting very low. And by the way, this one's very, very thirsty. It cost me about $11, $12 to fill it, maybe $13 depending on what grade of gas I buy. And I can go about, I think last tank full, I averaged almost 200 miles on it. So it's not really too bad. I think it gets about 38 to 40 miles of the gallon. It's not super great because, again, it is a very large motor. So she's always thirsty, but man, does it have the power when you want it. So the moral of the story is, though, don't be a fool when you get on one of these. Don't be a fool, high school. Be cool so you can see breakfast the next morning, because a lot of people do not. Here's the problem with bikes. They're extremely maneuverable. You can go anywhere, right? You can go in between cars, which, by the way, here in Florida is not permitted on a 2-lane road. You cannot go between cars. California, you can, though. They've made a law out there where you're allowed to. Some states you can, some you can't. Florida, you can't. But my point is, though, a lot of people act totally different when they get on a bike. They're extremely maneuverable, extremely powerful. I mean, you have almost 100 horsepower between your legs, which is the equivalent of most small 4-cylinder cars out there on the road right now. And you're on a 600-pound machine. This one's about 680. It's pretty heavy because it's a big cruiser, lots of chrome. However, they're very maneuverable, very, very fast on the takeoff and high speed. The problem is people act differently because they feel that incredible freedom. You feel the air rushing through your hair, and there's just no feeling in the world like riding a massive bicycle with a 100 horsepower motor between your legs, right? It's a whole different sensation than a convertible car. And I've driven and rented lots of convertibles before. There's no feeling like it in the world of owning a motorcycle. But you want to make sure you live the next day, right? Folks, don't get crazy. Make sure you have eyeballs in the back of your helmet or your head. You're watching all directions at all times. That's what that means. Know your surroundings. Know what's going on. Looking in your rear views quite a bit. Looking outside and looking way ahead of your actual travel that you're going to be traveling here soon, because it'll come up very, very fast on a bike. Stay safe. You might see a lot of bikers when they pass each other. It's kind of the biker creed where they're doing this, where they're doing the two fingers down. What that means is keep 2 wheels down. Do not upset, do not wreck, do not slide. Keep 2 wheels on the ground safely, and you will be just fine. So anyhow, hope you enjoyed this little motorcycle excerpt. I see a lot of people pulling around here. I don't know what's going on. Maybe they're interested in the bike or wanting to talk to me. So I just wanted to share this with you and let you know that, folks, bikes out there is safe as long as you're safe on the bike. And just watch all possible directions you can. Don't get crazy, don't get stupid, and don't change your personality. Be courteous, always be courteous. Let the other driver go. Don't get into some crazy road rage thing. Believe me, it is not worth it. And if someone wants to mess with you in a bike and they're in a car and a truck, you're going to lose. If they catch you, you're going to lose. Don't do it. It's just not worth it. Have a great time out there on a bike. Enjoy it like I do almost every day in Florida. Even though it's hot, today it's 96. Now, I'm sweating right now. You can see me. But when you're on a bike, it's as cool as awesome. It's fantabulous. Anyhow, enjoy your ride. Hope you enjoy this little video, and we'll see you on the next video. Happy biking, folks. Let's start her up and get her going. Oh, yeah. Get them RPMs, baby. Love that little backfire once in a while, too. Very high compression motors will have that. All right, folks, be blessed, and we'll see you next video. Goodbye for now.